Hi guys, welcome viewers. I'm here with Adrian and Mark from Excitable Gaming and Crazy Affiliates. How are you guys doing today?
Hi Tim, good morning. Pretty good, pretty excited for this interview and explaining everything that relates to Excitable Gaming and the Crazy Affiliates, of course.
Likewise, welcome Tim, and thanks for this opportunity.
No problem at all. Thank you for joining us. As you say, we can talk plenty about the brand, plenty about what's coming up kind of in the gaming industry. Obviously, we've got ICE coming up ahead. To start off with, a good intro would be, could you give us, please, sort of a background and information into Crazy Affiliates?
Well, if I may start, Crazy Affiliates started when CrazyPlay started, actually. CrazyPlay is the main brand, which was the first brand, actually, we have under Crazy Affiliates. Actually, Mark came up with the name, which is pretty cool. Then I came up with the Crazy Affiliates to adapt to CrazyPlay. This was back in August 2019, hence there's the correlation between the names there. And it turned out an instant hit, basically, for both the brand and the program itself. And I think that our best weapon is this transparency that we offer into Crazy Affiliates program, and there's nothing to hide from anyone. So it's quite easy to work with us. That would be our main strength when it comes to the Crazy Affiliates program. I remember dealing myself a lot with affiliates back then, since I had some background in affiliation during that time. And well, it's kind of a good affiliate program that nowadays endorses a lot of much other brands within, and it's going good, actually. I mean, we have many partners working with us already. The portfolio is even getting bigger every week, and targeting different geos, and yeah, pretty much everything is going smoothly right now.
Yes, and one is to say that, as Adrian said correctly, we started off with crazyplay.com, so hence Crazy Affiliates needed to be there to actually start attracting affiliates and enroll them to our program. It seems that the brand was really well received. In fact, nowadays from CrazyPlay we operate another 3 brands on the same affiliate program, and we're seeing really nice growth month on month, year on year, hoping to keep the heat on whilst we concentrate on new projects in the coming months. And years, pretty much.
Yeah. So, and something to add on that aspect is that we are looking for long-term partnerships in regards to the affiliate program that are willing to share any burden in the industry with us. And the industry throws burdens all the time, unfortunately. And of course, there are affiliates who try to get rich from you actually make a deal with them. But for obvious reasons, we are not into that kind of relationship with anyone. Because markets evolve and the affiliate program needs to evolve and adapt to these evolutions, sometimes even on a monthly basis. And that's why sometimes one size should not fit all. However, we are open for opportunities with everyone. We have a great affiliate team. They are ready to speak with anyone, deal with anyone. So yeah, we're open for business, all brands, different geos.
So sounds good. Plenty going on, and obviously an emphasis on the kind of long-term partnerships there. For the both of you, as you're kind of speaking to us today, what are your day-to-day roles with the company?
Yeah. My role is pretty much marketing across the board. So from the nitty-gritty perspective, I'll do the retention marketing for all our brands. Of course, I involve myself a lot in the acquisition stage of things. So we work a lot with affiliates directly to try to improve their conversion as soon as they send us traffic. but also we touch base from a retention perspective with our affiliates. So we help those partners that maybe are not doing so well on a particular month. And we try to, accommodate them as a business, but of course also us to keep improving on the profitability of the deals, thanks also to targeted retention activities that we do in partnership with our affiliates. So yes, my role would be definitely retention, numbers, data, covering every aspect of CRM. But of course, as we keep growing, my main responsibility started to evolve more now into business development in terms of new opportunities and new continents. So we are in the process of expanding our efforts in Latin America, for instance. So there, it's much more complicated to find partners. You need to work a lot also on the ground. So it's a broader marketing exercise that is a little bit different from what I'm doing at the moment. But what I'm trying is to combine the two and make it work. It seems that it's working pretty well from the numbers that we see from a day-to-day.
Yeah, from my end, I've always been on the tech side of things, developer. I've been doing development since 13 years now, I think. So I kind of take care of more the technical aspects of stuff, and some design. Now we also have a dedicated designer, so I'm kind of alleviating a bit my responsibilities from these aspects and taking more control on the general day-to-day running of the company. And yeah, I try to coordinate employees, new business opportunities with Mark, events like us, like ICE, and various other aspects that requires attention on a day-to-day basis of the company.
And one needs to add that a very important point about us as founders of the company is that although we have different roles, of course, Adrian is the tech guy of the company, and I'm more the marketing guy. That doesn't mean that we don't work closely together. He is actively involved in marketing, as I am actively involved in the tech side for improvements, for whatever needs to be done from a technical perspective. Adrian is also very much involved also in marketing. We discuss a lot of nitty-gritty stuff, operational stuff that we have to solve day to day, and that is our strength. We try to be as flat as much as possible as an organization. Even with our stuff, everyone is encouraged to push on their ideas, even if they are not related to their direct responsibilities. And this is how we are growing on a daily basis, and we hope to keep it that way.
Definitely.
As we go along.
Yeah. You mentioned ICE, and we're approaching sort of Q2 2022. But how do you look back on the start of this year, but 2021 as a whole for the company and the industry more widely as well?
Well, I think 2021 was a very important year for us. We made big decisions. From literally a team of 4 people, we are now, we are a team of 9. Another affiliate manager is going to join us later on this week, so that would count us to 9. Some other decisions were exploring new opportunities in the Curaçao markets, and with the addition of sports as well, with another brand, of course. And we also launched our second brand in 2021. So that would be in total of an additional 2 brands in 2021 alone. And even by me and Mark delegating a lot of our responsibilities to others, that helped us also concentrate on other stuff that will help us even grow further in 2022.
So, I mean, a year of growth, certainly kind of for online gaming, you know, it's been a lot of growth in the last couple of years. Would you say there was slightly slower growth maybe across the industry than in 2020? Or do you think still it's still, you know, kind of that growth rate is still impressive enough kind of consistently?
Well, you have to understand that for us being a company that probably just went over the startup stage, of course, each year we experience big growth compared to the initial years when we started operating.
Yeah, of
In
course.
general, if we're going to speak about the industry, definitely 2021 had a lot of challenges from a licensing perspectives, a lot of things changed. Germany, Netherlands, so we had to reinvent also our geo strategy because of specific licensing changes. Of course, we had to invest much more in other aspects of our offering in terms of player protection, for instance, which something that it's not a cliche, it's very close to us because we see ourselves as an entertainment company of all, so we want to offer a product that is like safe for our customers first and foremost, and we strive to keep improving those elements of our portals, of our websites on a daily basis. Of course, there were other challenges related to acquisition per se. In fact, we are in the process of starting diversifying our acquisition channels, so not to be completely dependent on affiliation and start getting more business directly via organic SEO, via programmatic, via PPC. And other collaborations with other people. So yes, I mean the challenges are always there. It's as I say, challenges bring also opportunities, and because we had to see and discover new geos. Nowadays we are getting really nice numbers from specific countries that we weren't really strong in the past. So yes, I mean, 2020 on a whole was a little bit better than 2021, but in reality, 2021 also brought big challenges that today in 2022 we are taking to fruition, and we are starting to see the results. So
yeah, sure. A couple of follow-up questions that will come from off the back of that one. And the first one is, as you mentioned, kind of licensing and different geolocations and geostrategy. Currently, in terms of markets, what are kind of the biggest markets for you guys?
Well, at the moment, we're seeing exponential growth in the Canadian market, together with the New Zealand markets. We're doing pretty well there. We are in the process of expanding our operations in Latin America, as I spoke already. So there's a very clear strategy there, where to go, what we're going to offer. But of course, we are in the stages where we are collating and getting what we need to make a proper and successful market entry. So those would be our main markets and main objectives for 2022, 2023. As I said, I mean, we never close the door for potential new opportunities, and other licensed markets that might be of interest to us in the coming months. So we're of course not excluding.
I mean, the industry is going there at the end of the day, so pretty much we have to explore all the possibilities in licensed markets, and go get the best out of them and insert and start making I don't know, start having the opportunity to access these kind of markets in the most profitable way. Because of course there are certain areas where makes a market maybe less profitable than other. and we will have to evaluate each and every aspect of it.
You mentioned a few markets there, and LATAM is always interesting. New Zealand's an interesting one, but I couldn't help but kind of jump out in my mind Canada, because right now Canada, you mentioned it, it's, there's a huge rush towards Canada, and obviously Ontario is opening iGaming. I mean, what are your expectations from that market in particular?
Well, I believe that Canada, as you said, has enormous opportunity. For a lot of years, we've been hearing this, but few operators managed to breach the Canadian market, seeing really good numbers and comparing it to other traditional markets that are really strong. Luckily, we are investing in a diversified acquisition channel strategy, and that is bearing us fruit and results. Yes, I mean, it's not your typical.
It's not the easiest.
It's not
one.
your typical geo to tap. So as I said, I don't know, Germany back in the days, it was quite straightforward. You have specific affiliates, you get those, you start running. Canada is not that straightforward, but with patience and the proper acquisition mix, I believe that it's a great geo for everyone. Pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking ahead, kind of in terms of 2022 and kind of the rest of this year, you mentioned challenges earlier that kind of 2021 brought up. What are the biggest challenges ahead this year? But at the same time, what are the main trends for kind of operators and affiliates to really watch out for as well?
Well, I mean, the main challenge will remain always licensing, basically. I mean, all these markets that we once used to roam freely, kind of, using the MGA license, are now being licensed by the government of those geos, and it will make life a bit harder for affiliates and operators alike in continuing doing any kind of promotions there unless you have the license. And you will be forced out unless you have the license, and that would mean a big challenge to first try and apply for the license, then get the regulations, then adapt your platform, adapt your affiliates, adapt your actual brand to it. So that's a big challenge in itself, right there.
From a marketing perspective, as we see every day, the USPs between brands and casinos across the board is really narrow, if existing at all, because sometimes I start believing that it's all the same product out there. The only difference would be how the marketing team can offer a real personalized experience to the players. We hear a lot about this. We attend the webinars about this. We hear a lot of nice words and plans, but to actually do it, to actually go and be laser sharp, targeting your players and giving them ultimately what they need and what they want. It's the biggest challenge from a marketing perspective, but I believe who does that right will take the majority of the market in every geo, because this is something important in every location we operate in. We are pretty much doing a good job in that aspect, because our retention numbers compared to other experiences we had with other companies are really good. Seems that players are appreciating our approach of literally conversing with them. It's not a question of you receive a bonus, it's a take it or leave it on a Friday night. No, there is a conversation, there is a relationship, and we actually know what our players appreciate and want in terms of promotions. So that is one of the biggest challenges, because as you know, you have to manage this whole marketing operation and make it as efficient as possible. And of course, I mean, we have to keep an eye on artificial intelligence trends, because they offer tools that help us maybe automate and do a better targeting marketing job across the board. And I must close by saying that cryptocurrencies probably are also an area that we need to really keep an eye on.
That's a challenge in itself.
Because again, sometimes there's a hype, sometimes the hype goes. So we need to see a little bit how the crypto world will find its place in the gambling industry in a permanent way, ideally.
Yeah, exactly. A few interesting takeaway points there. Obviously, you mentioned crypto, licensing, the personalization, and the key point there, as you say, kind of action as well as maybe talking about it, actually delivering that personalized experience, as you say. Bearing in mind kind of everything we've discussed, industry related, but also with your brands, Excitable Gaming, Craze Affiliates, looking at the company itself, what are the targets for 2022 and kind of the upcoming months?
Well, Craze Affiliates, it will remain Craze Affiliates, and it will house probably much more brands through this year, maybe even next year, much more than that. And Excitable Gaming, we have quite ambitious plans, which, let's say, Excitable Gaming is the mother company, while Craze Affiliates is the affiliate program for the brands that are managed by Excitable Gaming. Now, Excitable Gaming wants to broaden its verticals into even having its own platform and exploring new markets, exploring new ideas, new licensings, even new marketing strategies. Why not? And with new PSPs, testing everything. I mean, the ambitions are there, the plans are there. We already started executing some of these plans, and we are quite moving fast in them as well. So we're expecting, like in Q3 to Q4, we will be in a position to even announce some exciting news from Excitable Gaming. So get posted on that. And yeah, I mean, things looks great. We're adapting, and we're also evolving in the technologies we use for our clients, B2B and B2C eventually.
It's been great to get your guys' take on the company and the industry more generally. I've got one final question for the both of you, and it's quite a short question. If you had one wish, it can be absolutely anything for the company, what would it be?
Well, yeah, it might sound a bit cheesy, but we don't really have wishes. We plan things, Tim, and we actually execute what we plan. And the wish or way forward, as Adrian said, for the next months and next years will definitely be the proprietary platform that we're developing. We aim to have not just a good competitive platform, but if possible, the best platform out there with the best functionalities available to operators. We operate ourselves. We know what platforms need to be good because we see the shortcomings in the various platforms we work with. And we aim to tap and fix that market gap in the gaming industry by offering something that is really, really foolproof for hopefully our next clients as we go along.
Yeah, I mean, as Mark said, the action is bigger than the actual wish. I mean, of course, it's good to have big emotions, I mean, ambitions and wishes. But if you sleep on them and you don't act, I mean, they're pretty much useless. So having said that, my one and only wish at this stage would be that the investment we're actually doing, I mean, you asked for a wish, so I'm giving you a wish, is that its return on investment would be there instantly without any hiccups. So, you know, the perfect flowers and rainbows. That would be my wish. So I know it's not going to be like that. There will be ups and downs, of course, and that's why we together tackle all these kind of things that the industry throws at us. And also from here, I would like to give a big shout out to our team because, of course, with their hard work, and otherwise we wouldn't be in this position as we are today. And personally, also, I would like to give a big shout out to my wife, Deborah, who's also our CFO. And she personally supports me throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, ups and downs. I mean, that's the spirit of a good team. So what we wish will actually come true.
I join him in fighting.
No, absolutely. The two different answers, but two equally good ones. So thanks very much, guys, and thanks very much for your overall answers, and thanks for joining us on the JR Huddle today.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Bye-bye.